Sports presents Benning Bites with Damon Benning. Benning Bites with Damon Benning.
Benning's Bites, the place to get a few snippets, a little thought, maybe two, maybe three. Who knows what's on your mind, what's on my mind. If you had a chance to just catch me, maybe in the parking lot, hey, what are you going to be talking about today? Well, I'm glad you asked because I have a couple of things that are on the brain. Think about it, if you will. Let's start with Nebraska football. I mean, why wouldn't we? Coach Joseph, two big games coming up with Illinois and Minnesota. A chance to beat a ranked opponent, a top 20 opponent. Would be potentially the biggest win since, considering what Nebraska had to start with this season, where they've been, and where are they going. An opportunity to put themselves in a realistic conversation for postseason contention. Stop me if you would have said the same thing after Oklahoma left Lincoln. Well, that's where Coach Joseph and staff have this football team. The opportunity to do something they haven't done, which is beat a top 20 opponent waiting for them. What does Illinois bring to the table? Well, a whole lot of Mr. Brown and company. Coach Bielema, quietly one of the better coaches in the conference, and his track record would validate that. He's won just about everywhere he's been, except for his little blip in the SEC. Different conference, different climate, still the same coach. He's getting it done. Illinois better defensively than you may think. Top 5, top 8 across the board. Havoc, sacks. They get after you. They don't give up a ton of points, and they run the football. That we know. And DeVito has been divine, especially when it comes to what this offense needs. So what does that mean for Nebraska? We have a hard time using the word referendum, and what does it mean for Coach Joseph's tenure at Nebraska with the opportunity to become the head coach? But if you get this one, it sets you up in a good spot for a Minnesota team coming to town that it's another home game. Are you ready to have the discussion on where the search is at that point if Coach Joseph could somehow find a way to go 2-0 and his next two, he will have beaten the top 20 opponent and gotten rid of a thorn in the side lately of Nebraska and that football team and the Minnesota Gophers. Are we ready to have that discussion? Did Trev know what he was getting into when he named Coach Joseph the interim head coach? The groundswell is going. What is the significance of these two games? I'll let you fine folks tell me. Overstated, understated, or just another step in the journey for Coach Joseph and his progress to become Nebraska's new head football coach?